In this video, I'm going to share a kids activity book niche that has a self-publisher making over $50,000 per month in royalties from just 3 books. I'll also reveal the 3 key strategies that have helped them get to this point in less than a year and how you can build the same kind of self-publishing business and publish these kinds of books for yourself. Hi, I'm Caroline. Welcome to my channel. Every single week, I share videos all about self-publishing books, and you're watching one of them right now. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join me here. Kids activity books are such fun and creative types of books to create and publish. It is a super popular niche on Amazon, but it is such a broad niche. There are so many different kinds of activity books that you could make. And so I'm really excited for this video today where I get to share with you a really cool niche within the kids activity book niche. There are a specific series of books within this niche that I want to share with you that are doing really great. So first, we'll take a look at these books. We'll look at how many books this self-publisher is selling every month and how much in royalties they are estimated to be making. I also want to share 3 really key strategies that have allowed this self-publisher to create these insane royalties in such a short amount of time so that you can apply them to your own self-publishing business. Okay, let's get straight into it. Let's look at this niche and this series of books. Emma Green is the brand or the name of the person who is publishing these books. This might just be a pen name or a brand name. And Emma Green has published 4 how to draw books. 3 of these books are in English and the 4th is in German. So in this video, I'm only going to look at the 3 books that are in English because that's what most of us will be publishing. So this is a very small series at the moment. The first book of the series, which was the first book to be published, was published back in November last year, and it's the most popular book of the series, is this How to Draw Everything 300 drawings book. Now, before I get into the book, if these kinds of low or medium content books interest you, but you can't draw, then don't think that you can never make these kinds of books, because there is a way to make them without having to draw anything or having to learn how to draw anything. So I'll get into that a little bit later in the video, but for now, let's take a look at this first book, How to Draw Everything, and we'll take a look inside and we'll look at how these books work exactly. How exactly do they teach a child how to draw? So it starts off just giving a little bit of tips and hints, and then it'll go through the whole list of the different images that the child can learn how to draw. So there are a lot, as it says, there's 300. Starting off with animals, it has 3 different drawings per page that a child can learn how to draw, and they are all in this 4-step process. So it takes an image and it breaks it down into 3 or 4 steps to allow the child to learn how to draw. And there's a little space over on the side here, and that's where the child can draw each of those images. So they're pretty simply laid out, and they've really packed in a lot in a small amount of pages. And as we kind of flick through some of these examples, you can see they're all sort of these really cute line art or clip art style of drawings. And very simple, obviously, because they are for children. And although they are aimed at children, it is something adults could even purchase if they wanted to start off really simple on how to learn how to draw. So as I said, this book was published back in November 2023, so it's been available for a little less than a year. At the moment, it's sitting with a bestseller rank of 61, so an incredible bestseller rank. And for anyone who is unfamiliar with Amazon, a bestseller rank is basically a number given to every book in the Amazon store, and it just determines a book's popularity with customers. So the lower that number, the better. So in terms of this book is the number 61 book out of millions of books on Amazon, which means it's very popular and it is selling a lot. Let's take a look at the next one that was published, How to Draw Anything, 300 Drawings of Adorable Things. Similar style, obviously just different coloring in the design of the book. If we have a look inside, it's pretty much going to be laid out exactly the same because it worked for the first book, and so there's no reason to change the style and the layout for this second one. And again, 3 images per page and a 4-step process for how to learn how to draw each of the images in this book. And so this book was published around about a month after the first one, December 2023. This one is currently sitting with a bestseller rank of 2,412. So selling a little less than the first book, but still selling great, a fantastic bestseller rank. And one thing as well, these books have really great ratings. They've got almost a 5-star rating. So that just shows customers do love these books. Their kids obviously love them as well. And then the third book in this series is a little bit more specific, How to Draw Animals. So 300 drawings specific to animals. We'll take a quick look inside, although it is going to be exactly the same as the first 2 books that we've just looked at. There should be 3 to a page. Oh, this one we can't actually see any of the pages inside, but it's going to be laid out the same. 3 images per page and a 4-step process, 4 steps examples on how to draw a specific image. So this one is the newest book, only published this month in October, but even so, it's got an amazing bestseller rank, 5,988 for a book that's only been published for a couple of weeks. It's also already got a #1 bestseller badge, so doing fantastic. And they published it right in time for that Christmas buying period. So I imagine over the Christmas period, this book is going to take off, being purchased as a gift, but the same as the other 2 books, that is just going to keep continuing on. So one little secret strategy that I am going to add in, so this is really going to have 4 strategies in this video, is that this publisher is very strategic with when they're publishing their books. They're publishing them right in time for the Christmas buying period. And what that's going to do is give such a boost of sales over that period when books like this are very popular to be purchased as gifts. And then it's going to just keep going. Their first 2 books do not die down after Christmas, and this one will probably be the same. So that is another secret little strategy, is really being strategic with the timing of when you publish a book. That can really help with the longevity of the sales of your book. Okay, so let's take a look at how many books each of these are selling. And to do that, to work out how many books are selling, we take those bestseller ranks, and I just use the Kindlepreneur book sales calculator. All we need to do is pop in the bestseller rank. We also just need to add in how many pages are in the book and the price of the book, and that is going to also tell us the royalties that each book is making. So the first book, which is the best-selling book, has a bestseller rank of 61. This one is selling a little over 13,000 copies per month. In terms of royalties, this book is bringing in just under $60,000 per month, $57,000 per month from one book. How crazy is that? Now, book number 2 had a bestseller rank of 2,412. And so this one's going to be selling a little over 1,000 copies per month, but that's still almost $5,000 per month in royalties for that one book. And then that new book that's only been published a couple weeks has a bestseller rank of 5,988, which means they're selling a bit over 500 copies per month at the moment, which is bringing them in $2,500 per month. So how crazy is that for just 3 books that have been published for less than a year? Now, I know that some of you might be thinking, well, they might be just having a good week, or it might just be the ramp up to Christmas, or that they probably don't sell this many books usually or make this much money every single month. But let's just take a look at this little graph down here. This graph here shows us historical data on the bestseller rank over the lifetime of the books. So the first one I'm looking at is the first book published a year ago, a little less than a year ago, in November last year. This blue line shows us the bestseller rank. You can see that pretty much since it was published in November, in the lead up to Christmas, it started selling like crazy. And that bestseller rank has stayed low since last year. So there has been no decrease in sales after that Christmas buying period. So while that Christmas buying period probably just boosted those sales and gave it a real influx of sales right out the gate, it has then stayed steady. I haven't seen this bestseller rank go over 1,000 so far in the last year. That means that they are selling lots and lots of books. So thousands and thousands of books, month in, month out, year round. So the first key strategy, or maybe the second key strategy, as we already mentioned, their first little key strategy was timing of publishing books. But the first key strategy that this self-publisher has used is finding a niche that has a bit of a barrier to entry. So what do I mean by that? Now, everyone and anyone can create a notebook. It is super simple. It's the most easiest low content book to make. And anyone can make a journal, very similar to a notebook. Anyone can make these kinds of books. Even coloring books can be quite simple to make, but in terms of activity books, they are a lot harder to make. In this case of a how to draw book, you either need to know how to draw really well yourself, or you need to hire somebody who can draw really well, or you will need something to create these step-by-step type of drawings for you. So because it is a bit of a harder book to make, it's going to eliminate a big chunk of people who are just looking to make quick and easy books, who are not willing to put in the effort to create books like this. And you can make books like this even if you can't draw, by using a tool like this one, which is the How to Draw Books generator tool. So with this tool, you can create these step-by-step drawings in just a few clicks, and you can create a really unique kids activity book. I'm going to very quickly show you a 6-step drawing, something like this cute owl. This tool is great because they do have images available for you to use, or you can upload your own to use if you want more unique images. But in just a few clicks there, I have added in a 6-step process on how to draw this owl. So hopefully by this super quick demonstration of this tool, you can see how easily you can also create these kinds of books even if you can't draw. Now, I will pop a link down in the description box below to this tool if you want to go check it out and get more information about it. It's a really cool tool. Now, another reason why these types of niches are so great is because they generally allow for a higher purchase price than other types of low content books, which means you would also be making a higher royalty than most other types of low content books. Because they are somewhat of a specialized book, they are harder to make, they are a lot more involved and a bit more time consuming than a typical low content book like a notebook, and so you can charge a more premium price. If we head back over to these books, they are all charging $10.90 for the 3 books in the series. And if we head to just the search results of how to draw and we look at all the different books in this niche, we can see that they all have pretty high purchase prices. They're all sort of above $10. There's like 1 or 2 here that are lower than $10, but majority of these books are at least $10, some more. So there's quite a bit of room there in terms of how well you can price a book like this. So getting back to these popular books, the 3 that we've been looking at so far in this video, these popular how to draw books that we're looking at on Amazon, the second key strategy that this self-publisher is using is building on the success and the popularity of their initial book and creating a series, creating more books for those people who already like their first book. Also, creating more books that are slightly different to be able to reach different customers. The first book that they published, this pink one, was very feminine, cute, clearly aimed at girls. And so the next book that they created was this one with a blue cover and is the complete opposite and is aimed at boys with that blue cover and the images inside it to draw that are typically more for boys. And so they're reaching all children, not just specifically girls and not just specifically boys. They have a book for everybody, for anyone who likes pink and anyone who likes blue, anyone who likes cute girly pictures, and then anyone who likes more boyish pictures. Okay, so how has this self-publisher done this? What marketing strategies are they using to sell so many books? Where are they finding their customers? Firstly, from what I can see in those samples of the books where we looked inside of them, there is no mention of a website, of an email list, or any freebie to download. There's no mention of any social media accounts or anything like that. Typically, if a brand has a freebie, a free gift for signing up to their email list, or they have social media accounts, they usually pop this in the first few pages of their book, and none of these books have that. So maybe those pages at the end of the book where we can't see them in the look inside feature, but it doesn't seem like they're advertising any kind of website or social media. So I did a Google search for the brand and nothing comes up at all. So I can't find a website and I can't find any social media accounts connected to this brand or this pen name. So the last thing that we need to check is whether they're using Amazon ads. And yes, they are. When we do a search just for the how to draw keyword phrase, the search results come up And right away, the first result that is popping up, these sponsored ads right here, SP means a sponsored product or a sponsored ad. Also, it says sponsored down here. That's how you can tell which listings are an ad and which are not. So they are utilizing Amazon ads and probably have from the beginning, which is how they got so many sales so quickly and have been able to maintain that. I know that some people are probably going to say, well, you're saying they're making $50,000 or $60,000 a month. They're probably spending $25,000 or $30,000 to make that $50,000. And so that's not all profit. And perhaps they are, but spending $25,000 to make $25,000 is a pretty good strategy, don't you think? And of course, they wouldn't have started off spending thousands of dollars in ads. And in fact, they may not be spending thousands of dollars in ads. You don't always have to spend a lot of money on ads to see results. Sometimes it's actually a lot less than what you would think to be able to see really good results, but they probably started off small, spending just a few dollars a day maybe. And then as sales started to grow, they scaled their ads along with the sales of their books and increased spending on ads. And that might seem really daunting at first, the idea of spending money on ads, and looking at other people who may be spending hundreds or thousands of dollars on ads every month. And you might think that you would never be able to get to that point of spending thousands of dollars. And at the beginning, you might think that you never want to even spend thousands of dollars on ads. But it's something that can be built up slowly. And it is actually also a bit of a mindset shift that you need to make if you do want to take your self-publishing business to that level, going from I'm not going to spend money on ads, I don't have that kind of money, to I am willing to spend $1 to make $1. With Amazon ads, generally, as long as you're not losing money, then it's worth it. It's a really great idea to spend some time really learning about Amazon ads and how they work so that you can use them to your benefit when you publish your own books and to help you grow your self-publishing business. So the key strategy number 3 that this brand has used is the power of Amazon ads to promote their books and their series and push their books out to as many of Amazon's customers as they possibly can. Hopefully you have found this series of books interesting to look at. It's fun to look at really fun and creative books and then finding ways that you can make them for yourself. And I really do hope that you can see that by being strategic with the niche that you choose and the kinds of books that you publish and how you market them can really help you build a successful self-publishing business. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.